Hey, what's up, guys? Steel City Dashcam here. So, I'm back at you with another little, kind of vlog thing. So, I am leaving East Allegheny High School here in, North Versailles, Pennsylvania. And this is where I've spent my last 2 weeks, pretty much. I was putting on as sound designer and audio engineer for a show called The Awesome 80s Prom. Wonderful, fun little show. Great group of kids. Really funny, really nice. Everyone had an upbeat attitude. Every aspect from start to finish was great. My assistant slash cohort, I don't know what to actually call him in this case. He's normally conducting the live orchestra, but there was no orchestra, so he decided to volunteer to help me with setup, because I had a messed up wrist. He volunteered to, he was standing with me in the booth if I ever needed him to run and go check on someone's mic backstage, anything like that. And nicest dude, great to get along with, great to chat with. He's actually the orchestra conductor, and just such a fun time, such a great show. I don't normally grow too attached to a group of people I work with, but in a very short time, I grew pretty attached to this group. It's such a fun group. I knew what I was doing. Everything went well. Everything about it was just great. Also, fun fact, right across the street, the car meets I go to are at Mosites Motorsports, or Mercedes, I don't know how to actually say it. Right up that hill. I didn't realize exactly how close this was to that. And fun fact, the dude who helped me is actually in the car in front of me, the sound guy. But yeah, so, well, one, this kind of explains the lack of uploads, is that I've been so crazy busy, as one might expect. But frankly, I was having some fun, making some extra money, building up the resume. This was an outdoor show in an L-shaped courtyard. No roof, but obviously somewhat walled in. And it was a very unique experience. I was actually on stage. I was the DJ booth. So not only did I dress up like an 80s DJ, which was pretty fun, I actually had to live mix with headphones. I hate doing that. I'm not good at it, or at least I thought I wasn't. This actually went really well, and it kind of proved myself wrong a little bit. But it was... It's you want to talk about a resume builder. This is a whole bunch of new stuff to me. I was dealing with all new equipment I've never tried to use before. I literally took our soundboard out of the box. That's how new I'm talking. Dealing with a really weird setup, dealing with a lot of last-minute changes, using my own equipment for some things. For example, all the music and stuff was being played from my own computer with my own cue playing software. And the more I do this, the more I see that I'm glad that I picked the right place. I picked the right thing to be doing. I had so much fun with this. It was a lot of work, but it never felt like it, because frankly, it was such a fun time. It wasn't fun getting rained on and having to pull equipment inside, but beyond that, it was such a fun time. Fun show, great place to work, great people to work with. I wouldn't have asked for this experience to go any other way. Aside for obviously more money, but again, the gig's the gig. I knew what I was getting going into it, and it went according to plan. It was not the show I originally signed up for. I actually signed up for this gig last February, and it was for a show called A Pirate's Tale that was written by a former student of this school that everyone loved, or former staff, faculty, former something with the school. I actually don't remember. And everyone, all the seniors that year, wanted to do this show. And literally, the day this soundboard showed up, the day rehearsals were really starting to kick off in terms of getting ready for tech, is when the whole world shut down. And so, obviously, that show didn't happen. They tried to bring it in during the summer, and it just couldn't work with anyone's schedules, especially the graduating students who wanted to do it. They asked me if I wanted to come back for this, which I did not know what show I was coming back to. I found out after I showed up here that I was coming back to a different show. So it's not the show I signed up for. It's not anything I expected. But I'm so glad it went this way. It was such a fun show. It was a nice break from all the monotony of going to the liquor store and working and pretty much not doing anything else, just trying to earn that money. It was a way to earn some extra, having some fun. Now, the downside, I got my second COVID shot this past Tuesday. And let me tell you, it knocked me out. I had a fever of almost 103 for a couple days. For a day, approximately. I had a fever. I was so incredibly sore all over. It was just not a fun time. I was supposed to have a couple days where I worked at the liquor store and then came out for the show in the evening. And it didn't end up going that way because Thursday I was supposed to be on the truck at my store, which means I have to be there at 5 a.m. Wednesday was the day I was getting all the side effects from my shot. And it was not a fun time at all. I felt miserable. Wednesday I was running the fever. So my boss told me, okay, we'll get a replacement for you, don't show up. And then the Thursday evening, he texted me, he's like, hey, I meant to text you earlier. Take Friday off too. Get some time to recuperate, which I so much appreciate. And so that meant that Thursday and Friday, I only had to go to this in the evening. I had to show up around 4 or 5 p.m., approximately. And, you know, those are supposed to both be days where I doubled up. Then today, I originally was going to work and come in, and I would have been fine doing that. But I had realized after the fact, after agreeing to this gig, that there were 2 shows on Saturday, a matinee and an evening, instead of a Sunday matinee. And so I was going to use a vacation day on today, anyway. Today is the last day of the show, obviously. I was going to use that vacation day, and that just ended up working out perfectly, where now I'm rested. I slept, let me tell you, so with this COVID vaccine, I slept like shit for 2 days. I didn't sleep so great last night, but I slept well enough that, like, later in the night I wasn't waking up, but I was waking up like every hour or so the first 2 nights. It was just not fun, but because I didn't have to go into work and then go do the show, I could sleep in until noon, 1 o'clock after going home from the show at usually 10:30, 11, maybe a little later. I just straight up didn't have to worry about sleeping in, so I was able to sleep off and on for about 12, 13 hours both nights, so it was great. I was able to rest up, and, you know, I'm still getting paid for the liquor store these couple days. I have sick time, so I got paid for that. And yeah, that was just great. What gets even better then is that now, I only have to go to work for 3 days, but I don't have any crazy shifts. I work 10 to 5. Then I have a closer on Monday, which means tomorrow night, Sunday night, I can do my whiskey tastings with my buddies Logan and Ryan, and maybe my roommate if she decides to join us. That being said, then I just work Monday, Tuesday, and then I get a 2-day weekend in the middle of the week. So then I finally get my relaxed days, which will be my days to edit video, let's be real. Maybe drive to Ohio, check out some whiskey. I'll see how I feel. I'll see if there's anything worth chasing. I have an extra little bit to spend thanks to the show, so I can put a little bit aside for that. But yeah, that's sort of how everything's going on this front. So as you can see, this is where the sort of why I'll post a ton and then not for a little bit. It's one, I just like posting the content as I get it, and 2, I'm busy. Like, I have my time I can edit, and I will get through things slowly but surely, even though I feel like I'm not actually catching up just because I'm still so behind. The footage I'm at is November. It's April. I'm slowly catching up. I'm at 5 months away instead of 7 or 8 like it was, but I'm behind. And now you can see why, because while I work the whole time, I have other things I do. We're entering car show season, so I'm going to be hanging out a lot more too. So naturally, it's going to take me a little while to catch up. But I'm okay with that because it always gives me something to do. I will never run out of this content. Even if I get way behind, I'll have content to post. and the relevant stuff gets posted a little quicker. For example, the close calls, they get uploaded on the spot. It's just sort of the nature of how I run things. But that's why you'll see little lulls in me posting, because I will get really busy and not have time to edit. And I also kind of do all that, the other content, not necessarily as filler content, although in terms of my scheduling, I see it that way, because it's all easy to make a lot of that content for me. It's the driver stuff that it's not hard at all. It's just tedious because it does take a while to comb through all that footage, especially over the summer, because the iPod that I currently use likes to overheat. I will use my iPhone, which records in higher quality. Now, the problem with that is my computer does not like editing higher quality, and scrubbing through and finding all the clips takes longer because I have to do it basically half the speed because I have to zoom it in more. Now, I know, first world problem, but, it's a problem nonetheless that I gotta handle. So that does explain the kind of lulls in what I'm doing, and why stuff kind of appears and disappears. Why I seemingly will upload a ton in a short amount of time and then not upload more than a clip or two in a couple weeks. That's just the nature of what I'm doing and how it has to work out. So, that being said, that was just kind of a little update. Just wanted to kind of talk about what's going on. That's what these videos are mostly going to be about. But yeah, I appreciate those of you who pop in and watch my videos, those of you who enjoy it. And I look forward to hearing from you guys, and, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.